let's move on to player props for Monday Night Football. Over to PrizePicks. Teats, I'm going to have you start Saints and Tampa Bay game.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to start with Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore over one ejection. I'm kidding. I do have a cool little parlay, though. I've got a soft hands parlay is what I'm going to call it. It's all receivers. We're going to start with receiving yards. I'm looking at Chris Godwin over 66.5 receiving yards. Over the past 2 games, he's gotten it. He's been kind of the late horse of the receiving for Tom Brady. He always has been pretty electric for him as long as he's healthy. Mike Evans is going to be just completely locked down most of this game. Marshawn Lattimore is going to be in his head. I think that Chris Godwin gets the nod, and this one is the wide receiver 1 for that team. From there, I'm going to go to the Saints receivers, not Jarvis Landry. I'm going to Chris Olave over 16.5 yards. The dude's a dog. As a rookie with who knows who's throwing him the ball, he is the guy for them to throw to. And he's gotten it 3 over the last 5. I think that if Andy Dalton is able to remember his prime time with the Bengals and come out in some of that peak fashion when he threw to AJ Green, I think he'll hit Chris Olave just the same. I think 102 yards is not out of reach for him in this game. I think that it might be closer to about 70, though. And then let's go over to anytime receiving rushing touchdowns. I'm looking at, and it's a weird one, but I really like it. I'm looking at Chris Godwin and Julio Jones anytime touchdown for rushing and receiving. Julio's a dude that if he gets on the field, he is just a huge target. And if you have him anywhere near the end zone, he'll catch it. Chris Godwin, I think that if he's going to get a touchdown, it might be one that where he'll have to break one for him. But I think that these two, one of them should end up with a touchdown by the end of the day.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like your Chris Godwin pick because we know Evans usually lines out on the outside, and we know Brady loves slot receivers. So I think that's why Chris Godwin's been having a lot of targets lately because Brady just loves the slot, and he's always open. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine picks next. I have 3 of them. I'm going to start with Alvin Kamara, over 29.5 receiving yards. Like I said earlier, Tampa has a great defensive front, so the run game won't be there for the Saints. Kamara's past 5 games. He's hit 4 of the 5 games, and Andy will be checking down him all night long. On top of that, for my second prop, I'm going to take his over catches, Alvin Kamara's catches. Like I said, Andy's going to be checking it down to him, so I'm going to take his over catches for this game as well. And my last one is going to be an under, which I never take unders, but I'm taking one tonight or tomorrow night for the Monday Night Football game. It's going to be Tom Brady under 265.5 passing yards. The Saints ranked 7th in the NFL in passing defense and 22nd in rushing defense. Tampa all year has wanted to run the ball, and they have found a rhythm the last couple games. So I like Tampa to be run heavy in this game and rely on Brady late in the game to get it done, but I think his under hits in this game. Trey?
And I just want to preface this by saying we don't tell each other what our player props are before pre-show, but so happens that you guys picked both of mine, and that just makes me feel even more confident about it. The first one is going to be Alvin Kamara over 29.5 receiving yards. Like Jesse said, he's hit this number 4 out of the last 5 games, and in his career against the Bucs, he's averaged almost 50 receiving yards per game. So he loves to get out of the backfield and kind of catch those bubble screens and do some yards after catch for the Saints. So I think that they're going to use Alvin Kamara a lot tomorrow. So I think 30 receiving yards is pretty low, and I think that we should hammer that. And then my last one is going to be another one that they said, Chris Godwin, over 66.5 receiving yards. This number is too low. Marcus Lattimore is going to be all over Mike Evans, and they're going to be going at it all game long. And I think that Tom Brady's just going to be looking at Chris Godwin a lot tomorrow, especially since Jesse said he's in the slot. Brady loves to get the ball out quick in the slot. And in his career against the New Orleans Saints, Chris Godwin averages 4.5 catches a game and just under 66 receiving yards. So this number is right on his average, and I think that the Chris Godwin today is a lot better than the Chris Godwin his rookie year 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So I think that this number should hit pretty easily. And those are my 2 player props.
You know what? I'm gonna take a fourth and just squad ride Chris Godwin here on his over. I think we all 3 should take him because I think he's going to be the main receiver tomorrow night. So I'll take his over as well. So 4 player props for me. But
I was looking at this Tom Brady minus 0.5 rushing yards. He only hits the negative if they win, and I'm picking the Saints to win. I don't think he's going to have to be kneeling out any balls. So I think that if you think the Saints will win tomorrow, this player prop is a good one to cash.
Take his over?
Take us over.
Because it won't be
Take us over.
enough.
Yeah.
I'll say the scary thing though is that offensive line sometimes looks pretty bad, and a sack and a knee that gets you -7 yards right there.
Oh no,
it's
in the
gonna be a
NFL,
little
sacks
sketchy.
don't count as negative
I
yards.
was going to say, it only
I always
counts if
forget
you're like,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
it only
so
counts if
they only
you're-
get negative yards if they're taking knees or he's
Oh,
running some
well
read
then-
option, and Tom Brady's not running a read option.
Well,
He
we never
might.
know. He could get quarterback sneak though. He's one of the best in the league.
I think I'm going to
That's
add
true. That's true.
him over rushing yards now, knowing that if sacks don't count, that's a lock.
It's a lot.
All right. That'll do it for our show tonight. If you guys enjoy the content, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the love and support from you guys. So thank you for being part of our community. We will see you guys next video, and thanks for watching.